Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video, let's take a look at the market. And this dip is not a buy. That's what I want to talk about, as if you have been seeing my videos, you are already aware about how I have been calling out that we will continue to fall. More collapse is coming, all right? And definitely, if you're a member, you are caught up on all of that as well. On the price action details that I provide, not just on S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100, but 25 plus stocks. All right. So, as I said, if you're a member, you are aware about it. If you want to join those memberships, details you will find in the description of this video. Now, in my last video, I mentioned that we are in the downtrend, right? And we are still in the downtrend, okay? And just because we are dipping on S&P 500 doesn't mean it's a buy here. We are still in the bearish structure. Now, this is where I mentioned that, guys, these are just the rebounds, okay? These are just the rebounds. We are continuing to fall and we will continue to fall. Now, well, before going further, as always, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. And also, we'll take a look at in this video SPY, QQQ, USO, that's United States Oil, and energy ETF as well. Especially the way the oil is breaking out, well, we might, we might see something happening over the weekend, who knows? But the way the oil price action is going, things are not gonna calm down. So where and what S&P 500 is going to do? Well, the first thing first, this dip is not a buy. You don't buy the dip just because it's dipping, because it's going to keep dipping, right? You want to see a structure turn around. And right now, there is no structure turnaround. My tools are also bearish. When, like, this is one of the tools, you can see everything is bearish over here across all the intervals. When things will start to turn around, my tools, I have 4 tools. They work in multifaceted way, and whatever suits your trading style, use them as it is. If you need access to my tools, details are in the description of this video. But my tools will tell you pretty much when the dip is completed. But anyways, right now we are bearish. Now we continue to reject at 660, and I have been saying that, guys, as we now below stay 661 and we lose 653, we're gonna head towards 616, and technically that's the zone we are heading towards. All right, we will get there. I think so. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but as I have been saying, direction is technically there. That's the magnet right now. $616 is the magnet on S&P 500. And the way the oil is going right now, we'll get to that. SPY may very likely will get there 616 in coming days and weeks. We will see, in my opinion, just my opinion, none of this is any financial advice, but in my opinion, we will see S&P 500 continue to go down, or overall market, and oil will continue to go up. And we may see something more happening over the weekend. Unfortunately, I'm not a, I don't like any of this stuff, what's going on in the world. But we have to be aware what the situations are and accordingly plan the market. Now, 616, guys, is what we are looking at. Now, if anything from here, if anything, which likelihood for bullishness setup from here is very less, like a 10% right now, not even 10%. There's no, actually zero likelihood right now. But if any bullishness has to happen here, from here, either geopolitical situation needs to change, or let's get to the hourly interval. We are very far away, guys, right now. It's not going to happen in a day or so as well. There's like less than a percent chance if from here we're going to become bullish. But any multi-day strength first, that's what we'll have to see happen, and then only things may turn around. But where is that multi-day strength can happen? That is 644. We'll have to get above 644 from where we are without breaking further below before any multi-day strength first has to begin. And after multi-day only, will overall structure will change. So we are weeks, I would say at least more than a week away, even if we turn bullish. Right now, there's no sign of bullishness. So there is not even a horizon for a week for us to turn bullish, because we have no indication in the price action that anything is bullish. There is everything across all the intervals is bearish. Okay, so we are most likely heading towards 616 on S&P 500 right now. That's the technical next magnet that we have that I have been calling out. All right, NASDAQ 100. So NASDAQ 100 also has been continuing lower once we lost that zone 594. We continued lower. This zone, another one 581. We tried to see some, or the price action did bounce, and but those were just the bounces. Now, if you remember on my services, I have talked with you about all of these scenarios in those past videos on the membership side of the things. Now, because overall structure was bearish, and as we continue to lose 582, and I have been calling out, the next magnet will be on NASDAQ 100 536, and we are heading right towards there. That's the magnet. I do think 80% we will hit there. It's not going to turn bullish right away when it hits there, but that's the magnet right now. Then we'll see the price action over there, and if we lose that as well, we'll talk about them. But my members will know about that before any video will come out on YouTube. Now, so NASDAQ 100 is continuing lower, still bearish. There is I don't even want to talk any bullish scenario here, but I'll still tell you where, if ever possible, some multi-day start can happen for the strength. That will be above 572, but the likelihood of that happening is very little. And even if we see those bounces first, that will just be first multi-day strength. Overall structure will remain right. Even if from here strength comes just let's say the next day, Monday, while it will still take a week for a full confirmation of a overall strength to build up. Okay, so yeah, NASDAQ 100 is also gonna continue lower. As I have been saying in my last videos, that more collapse is coming in the market, and we are seeing just that. This is not a dip to buy. Okay, there is no structural indication of any upside formation. You can see this on NASDAQ 100 as well. Everything is bearish on my tools, guys. Let's get to United States Oil Fund. Now, this where as we lost 114 first, that was a multi-day weakness first, down to 107. Once we got above that, multi-day weakness is over, and structure has full on confirmed again strengthful overall as well. And the way this price action is looking like, most likely this may break out. If something happens over this weekend, unfortunately, then this is gonna break out to the more upside, and that will crack S&P 500, NASDAQ 100 much more lower, which will get they will get to our technical targets. Like, we are heading there, as I just showed you. But the thing is that United States Oil is looking like for a breakout now, because SPY and NASDAQ 100, they have already flushed, and they're in the flush momentum. USO right now is building up for a breakout after consolidation, and this, just the way the price action is, it's looking like it's gonna break out. And I think something as if it happens over the weekend, because market is pricing that right now, seems like, because the price action has turned very strong again, above 114. Okay, so that's that. Let's take a look at this energy ETF. I'll show you some tech stocks real quick. We won't go into much detail in this video on the tech stocks. You will have to join my memberships to know much more in-depth plans on those tech stocks. 25 plus stocks. I talk with my members. Memberships details are in the description of this video, but we'll just take a look at high level tech stocks as well in this video. Very high level, not much in detail. XLE energy ETF, super strong. Okay, as I have told you previously, I do have position not in this ETF but other energy ETF. They're all doing the same thing. This is just more of an overall picture ETF. I have always held commodities as utilities and energy and all these things as a hedge, and as for dividends, as for preserving, when I'm not deploying money in the growth stocks, and if I want to preserve the money, I preserve in these commodities. And I never thought like when I put money in energies or utilities, my intention is not to like expect big returns on these. They are more like a hedge. They are more like, passive dividends and cash preservation. I never thought energy will give me this much of profit. So I'm I'm sizing down my position, definitely. I'm taking advantage of it now. But this run up, I never expected geopolitical things, as they happen, but technically, yes, it's still bullish. Technically, there is no sign of bearishness right now. The reason I'm just a little bit sizing down is because I don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. Anything can happen, right? So why not on Friday take some portfolio adjustments advantage, right? But I still have position in energy ETF and it's still looking very bullish and it has a room to still continue up. I would not suggest buying at these points. If you have a position, you just at this point are enjoying the profits. But I won't recommend getting in now, even though it's still bullish, but it's just so extended. And at this point, it's just going to become more of a gambling because we are just so extended. But just because we are so extended doesn't mean it's a short play. We were extended up over here as well. We were extended up over here as well. If you would have shorted here, because there's no structure break, guys, we are bullish. Look at here. Everything is bullish. 5 minutes is just going through a pullback right now, but that's a 5 minutes. But every higher interval is full on bullish and pullback is still on the bullish side. That's why the color is green on my tool as well there. So yeah, it's still very, very strong. All right, let's take a look at some of the tech stocks here. Tesla breaking lower. Again, if you are a member, nothing is a surprise to you. I talked about all these price actions and I mentioned that it's still bearish and it's going to continue lower. Microsoft is a bummer right now, but again, detailed plan is on my Patreon videos. And right now, again, the plan I have shared with my members there. But yeah, right now it's in the decline. Is it the time to buy? Well, join my Patreon membership to know more about that. Apple, surprisingly, now this is the zone that I have even, you can see it's right over highlighted over here. I have emphasized highly about this zone with my members that as long as we are not getting above it, overall structure, we are in the bearishness. And as you can see, we continued to reject at that zone. That's why that zone was so important. I have put this zone now 20 days ago, and it's so still actively valid. Meta. Again, if you're a member, you are already aware about it. This was our zone. Once we lost it, I mentioned that we're gonna continue lower. I gave this magnet 489. We are getting very close. Again, guys, there is a lot of value if you're a member. So look at it. You would have you are already prepared, right? You know everything if you're a member, that what direction the market is going in, what direction the stocks are going in. If you can short them, you can see this is the opportunity, right? Anyways, I'm not trying to sell you on my memberships. You don't have to join. There is, I teach in my videos on the membership side, like the price action, how I'm looking at it, right? And what is the price action telling us, all right? But again, there is no magic formula. Okay, if you think by joining the membership you're gonna 100 times your money overnight, that's not going to happen. Some join with that type of thinking, and but again, guys, with that type of thinking, you are just living in your complete fictional world. You're not gonna get anywhere in life with that type of thinking. You have to understand how the market works, okay? And that's what I talk about in my videos. Meta right now, yeah, we're getting to our next target, very close, 489. Is it a buy there? I'll talk with my members in my videos on the membership side. Netflix is okay, but yeah, it's still okay though. They just are raising again some services. Google, again, I have been talking with my members about it. That's why you are seeing these zones. And it is also continuing lower. Yeah, right now it's also on the decline. Amazon, guys, I'm sorry if you bought Amazon here because I never told you to buy Amazon. If you remember, I told you this very scenario, this is what's going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Okay, so yeah. All right, let's take a look at NVIDIA. And NVIDIA also is cracking lower again. I'm just gonna say that it's, detailed plan I have shared with my members. And yeah, NVIDIA is also in the downtrend. AMD had a pump, gave up anyways. that's fine. But again, if you're trading with the structure, then structure is right now over on AMD. That was a little bit of a bounces up. I mentioned with to my members, some strength is building up above this blue zone. Extra strength would come in. We got that, but unfortunately, once we lost that blue zone, structure is over right now. So anyways, but that's what you have to capture. You have to capture these moves and then accordingly size down. And then when lower time frame weakness happens, again, all these details, how to understand the price action, what I talk to my members, again, all those details you will find on my Patreon. Anyways, guys, that's all what I want to go over in this video. Don't want to make this video too long. I want to focus in this video mostly on the indices, price action, and rest tech stocks. I'm just showing you around here. As I said, detailed plans are on my Patreon. All right, that's all I had for you in this video. And with that, we'll see you in the next videos. Take care. Bye.